Hello out there in TV land.
Do y'all remember that time Tia played herself? Let's get into it. So the episode starts off, and yes, my girls are in college now. The hair is laid and the outfits are given, but that's not why we're here. I'm going to stay focused. So the episode starts off with Tyreek blowing a kiss to Tia, but she doesn't really look that interested in that kiss. Then she leans over to Tamara and she asks her, "Are you happy with Jordan?" Cause you know Tia and Tamara got boyfriends like towards the end of season 5. Tamara got with Jordan and Tia got with Tyreek. Anywho, Tia leans over to Tamara and she says, "Are you happy with Jordan?" Tamara basically says, "Yeah, girl, I'm happy with my man." Why? This is when Tia reveals that she's feeling like Tyreek is just so high school, which is strange to me because when Tia met Tyreek, he had just got out of juvie, so obviously he's more mature than her, but anywho, she's feeling like Tyreek is so high school. And if you ask me, Tia must also be feeling like Tyreek is a little corny now because he walks over to her and he picks up something off the ground and she's like, "What's that?" And he says, "It's the kiss I blew you. You dropped it." And she just looking at him like, "Nigga, please." Tamara says, "Oh, that was so sweet." Then Tia says, "Yeah, maybe like the first 500 times. Now it's just feeling a little silly." Tia just not feeling Tyreek like that right now. Now we're in the classroom with Tia, Diavion, and Mia Campbell's character. For the life of me, I can never remember what Mia's character name was, but today she's gonna be Mia Campbell's character. Anywho, Diavion and Mia Campbell's character are talking about this new TA they have. His name is Keith, and they're talking about how absolutely fun he is to them. Tia's not really feeling it. She's like, "Y'all chill out. That's our teaching assistant." Then Keith comes in and he's played by Brian McKnight. Keith goes to the front of the classroom and he tells everybody to pass their homework forward. I guess our girl Tia got some type of praise kink, because at first she wasn't really feeling Keith like that until he singles her out and starts praising her in front of the classroom. He pulls her homework out and he's like, "Class, take note. Look at Tia Landry. Her homework is on time. It looks legitimate. And she even did the extra credit problem. And by first glance, it looks right." By the smile on Tia's face, you can tell this is when she really starts feeling it. A little time goes on and now Tia is in the classroom with Keith and she's asking him why did he mark one of her problems incomplete on her homework. He tells her that he has a meeting coming up and that she should come back during his office hours, but she tells him that she's got class during his office hours. This is when he tells her that there's going to be this hypnotist in the cellar and that he should meet her a couple minutes before that, and she tells him, "Okay, that's good because me and my friends was gonna go to that show anyway." Then Tyreek walks in and I guess he could feel something in the air because then he starts being a little hostile towards Keith. He walks in, he's like, "I'm Tyreek Scott, Tia's boyfriend." And Keith says, "I'm Keith Brooks, Tia's TA." Keith tells Tyreek, "Nice to meet you." Then he taps Tia on the arm. He's like, "I'll see you tonight." And look at the smile on her face.
I see you tonight.
Bye.
When Keith leaves, Tia asks Tyreek what is wrong with him, and he's like, "I know he was trying to push up on you." And Tia says, "No, he wasn't, and that's my teacher." Now we're in the cellar, and we see Tyreek, and he's happy to see Tia. He even jumps up and is like, "Tia, come over here." But she bypasses him and goes over to Keith, and you can tell by the look on his face, he feeling a little way about that. Tia goes over to Keith and he's sitting with some of his friends, and we find out that Keith must have been talking to his friends about Tia because they already know who she is. Anyways, Tia and Keith start talking and she tells him that she figured out what she did wrong on that problem, and of course the teeth are out. The teeth come out when Keith is around. Our girl Tia is cheesing hard as fuck in this man's face. Then the hypnotist comes out. His name is the amazing Edgar, and he wants some volunteers to come up on stage. He ends up pointing out Tia and she makes Jordan come up there with her. The amazing Edgar hypnotizes Jordan and Tia and some more other people. He tells them that when he snaps his finger, he wants them to wake up and go and stand beside the sexiest person in the room. When Tyreek and Tamara hear this, they're like, "Oh, it ain't easy being sexy," because they know that Tia and Jordan are about to come stand beside them, because why wouldn't they? But no, Tia takes her ass and she goes over there and she stands beside Keith. Tamara literally has to grab her sister and put her beside her boyfriend. Look at Tyreek's face. He's hot. Rightfully so though, because I'd be mad too. So of course now Tyreek is in his feelings, but he's being a little passive aggressive about it. He's playing a game and Tia goes over to him And she asks him, is he winning? And he says, no, I'm still picking my person. And when he does pick his person, Tia says, oh, great choice. And this man says, well, you would know all about choosing. Tia isn't owning up to what she did. She tells that boy that she got lost. She says that all the seats look the same. And Tariq says, but the people in them don't. Tia is playing in this boy's face. She says, it was just a stupid game. And you're the one who told me to go up there. And Tariq says, that's your excuse. And she says, look, I don't like Keith like that. Girl, who you trying to convince? Tia tells Tariq why can't he just be a mature adult and let it go. And he tells Tia, I'm sorry if my girl checking out her math teacher makes me upset, but that's who I am. And this is when Tia says, well, maybe who you are doesn't fit with who I am anymore. Tia tells Tariq, look, we're in college now. Maybe we need space to grow. But Tariq clocks her tea and he's like, no, maybe you're saying we need time to see other people. And he asks Tia, is that what she wants? And she says, I guess. And they break up. Now it seems like Tia doesn't even care that her and Tariq broke up because she's back in Keith's face and the teeth are out, of course. Keith ends up asking Tia to help him out. He tells her that every Tuesday night, him and his friends always end up going to the same sushi joint. Tia ends up recommending a place for them and Keith tells her, well, Tia, since you came up with the idea, you should meet us there. And Tia says, okay, Keith. She being real flirtatious.
Okay, Keith. I will.
So now our girl Tia assumes she has a date with Keith. She gets all cute and ready for it. And before she leaves the house, Lisa sees her and she says, oh, I'm so glad that you and Tariq made up. Tia ain't thinking about no goddamn Tariq. She tells her mom, no, I'm not going out with Tariq tonight. I got a date with somebody else. Tia tells Lisa that she's going out with somebody named Keith. She says he's smart, intelligent, mature, fine. Like, she ain't thinking about Tariq at all. Lisa asks her, what about Tariq? And she says, it's over with Tariq. I don't see why people think I should sit around and mope about it. Lisa tells Tia, I don't think you should mope, but you should at least take it slow. Lisa tells her she knows that the grass always looks finer on the other side. And she tells her, don't throw out the old just because it is old, but Tia ain't hearing that shit. Tia arrives at the restaurant and she's looking for Keith. Then he appears behind her out of thin air and he says, you're looking for me? And she says, you know I am. Then we get that iconic la 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 la. Sorry, I had to get that out. But then we get that iconic moment. Tia and Keith are on the dance floor. They're all up on each other. They're dancing, they're bumping and grinding, and it's real romantic. But no, turns out Tia was just being delusional. None of that happened. It was just all in her head. Sounds real familiar. Then Keith shows up for real, but he's with his girlfriend.
You looking for me?
You know I don't know you.
I always have to take a moment to appreciate Tia in her clown suit. I didn't even know they made him like that. She looks real gorgeous. But anyways, it turns out that Keith has been in a relationship this whole time and anything Tia felt between them was just in her head. Like he was even talking to his girlfriend about her. He's only been telling people that Tia is his favorite student and that she's really smart. So where she got that he wanted her out of that, I don't know. But then again, I do. I'm pretty delusional myself, so I probably would have thought he wanted me too. Then Tia does the walk of shame over to her sister Diavion and Mia Campbell's character, and she sits down at the table with them and she has to let it sink in that she was stupid and he just never really wanted her like that. Tamara asks Tia, who is that kissing on Keith? And Tia tells her that's his girlfriend. And at first Tamara was like, how he gonna lead you on like that? But then Tia is like, no, it was me. It was me. I saw what I wanted to see. Now we're back on campus where Tia has bought herself a beverage, and when she goes into her purse to pay for what she ordered, she stumbles across some pictures of her and Tariq. She looks down at him and she's reminiscing, feeling like, oh my God, I was stupid because she just played Tariq to the left out of nowhere for a man who didn't even want her. Crazy. She's smiling to herself and it looked like she got this I'm about to get my man back face on. Then she runs into Tariq and she tells him that she was just about to go see him and she asks can they sit down and talk. It takes her a minute to get it out, but she tells Tariq that she feels really stupid about what happened and she wants them to try again. But Tariq is like, well, nah, slow it down. It's not that simple. Tariq tells Tia that he think he just needs to kick it by himself for a little while. Tia says why and he says, look, You did what you had to do for you. Now I have to do what I have to do for me. And he hits her with that, we can still be friends though. Damn. Then he leaves her sitting at the table looking sad and pitiful for the second time tonight. And that's basically how the episode ends. Tia was dumb as fuck in this episode. Obviously, I don't know why she would play on Tyreek's fine ass time like that. If I had Tyreek, I wouldn't play with him like that. That was a good man. That was a good man, Savannah. I don't even know why she would do that. Over Brian McKnight, it's crazy to me. I'm not saying Brian McKnight isn't handsome, and I'm pretty sure the girls were on his body in the 90s. I was born in 99, so I really don't know, but I'm pretty sure the girls was on his body. You know, he's tall, dark, and handsome, and he can sing, so I'm pretty sure the girls was on him, but I still don't understand why Tia would play in Tyreek's face over him. I still don't get it, but Tia, they could never make me hate you on the show or in real life. Her and Tamara are two of my favorite celebrities ever. I just love them. I love everything about them. I love all their bodies of work, and I love everything they put out, and nobody could ever make me hate them.